and welcome back to my channel. I'm really excited to make this video. I've been watching a lot of autumn tags lately, and while most people do them early September, I've waited a little bit just to have fall, autumn be fully embraced this year. It's now full into autumn. It's very full into the rainy season, so now I think it's a bit more appropriate to do a tag rather than when it was still summery of September 1st. I'm really excited. I found some questions, so I'm sitting down, gonna answer them. So number 1, the smell of pumpkin guts or rotting leaves? Well, when I think of pumpkin guts, I think of like you carved a pumpkin and you have all the grossness over in the corner and you just forget to clean it up. So to me, the smell of pumpkin guts is like, oh no, I'm tired. And I had fun, but now I gotta work and clean everything up. And the smell of rotting leaves is more like, oh yeah, you went for a nice stroll, you're all bundled up, your scarf and hat and everything. And it's just the natural processes of the leaves, so it's a lot less stressful. So I think rotting leaves is definitely my answer to that one. The next question is sweet or salty pumpkin seeds? I've never really had any specific type of pumpkin seeds. Literally, I just have this. And it's unsalted. Like it's just plain pumpkin seeds I stick in my yogurt. Over there it goes. I never really knew you could have like a special type of pumpkin seed. I'm more interested in like pistachios or sunflower seeds. So now I'm like interested in the culture of pumpkin seeds. Like I want to try all the different types. To the answer sweet or salty? Unsalted. And number 3, store-bought or pumpkin patch pumpkins? That's a tough question because I feel like the pumpkin patch pumpkins are so convenient, but like there's something super special, you know, going to a pumpkin patch, picking your favorite one. They're all so different. There's so much variety, and you know, taking it home, carving it up, I feel like that's a lot more personal when I have the time. I quite enjoy like going to a pumpkin patch, picking your pumpkin. But for the last many times I've carved a pumpkin, it's always been store-bought. So while my preference is pumpkin patch, I'm lazy, so I do store-bought. Number 4, wool or knit sweaters? Who would pick wool is my question. Just because wool is so itchy. I can understand like wearing a knit sweater and then putting like a wool one on top to be a bit more warm. But wool, oh, it's so scratchy. Never wool. But also knit. Like my preference would be a cashmere sweater, but I'm too poor for that. So my answer to that is definitely a knit sweater for fall. Number 5 is Halloween party or explore haunted places? I always feel like these questions, there's one it's just like totally not me and one that's like totally is me. I'm totally an introvert, hate parties, never gone to a house party, never Halloween party, never a school party. And I'm really into the supernatural, aliens, ghosts, everything of that sort. So I'd much rather go to a haunted place just to explore. Not so much a graveyard, just because I feel like that's disrespecting the people, but I definitely go to say like a haunted hotel or a haunted ship or something like that. Even just like a haunted town. I think that would be really cool, especially for Halloween day. And number 6 is apple or pumpkin pie? Apple all the way, apple all the way. I make a really good from scratch apple crumble, and most of the pumpkin pies I've had not so good just because they come from like a can. I'm sure if I had like a really authentic from scratch pumpkin pie, I'd like that just as much, but for now it's my own homemade apple crumble pie. Number 7 is still silent nights or rainy windblown nights? So I don't have much experience with just a calm silent night, but I feel like I love going for walks when it's dark, so I think I'd love just to explore fall when it's just still and silent and like kind of twilight time. I don't know, just the cozy factor. I love just a downpour, maybe lightning and just wind everywhere, and maybe the power goes off, but who cares because I got my candles, got my book, already made some hot chocolate, so I definitely prefer those nights over a still and silent one. Number 8, witches or ghosts? So I very much believe in both. One kind of freaks me out and the other kind of freaks me out. But definitely ghosts, just because witches are people now that have made a decision that I don't really agree with, and ghosts they've been long dead. So yeah, I definitely prefer ghosts just because I'm more comfortable around them and just because they're unchanging and a bit different from seeing a person right in front of you and saying, oh yeah, I do witchcraft. Number 9, raking leaves or climbing trees? The last couple trees I climbed, I fell out of. So now I have like a fear of climbing trees. But again, who wants to rake leaves? I think Ooh, I got an idea. Rake a bunch of leaves, put it into a huge, huge pile, climb a tree like halfway and just jump into it. That's my answer. Just take the fun of both and combine them. Just taking the fun parts and just forgetting about the rest. Number 10 is Ouija boards or ghost stories around a campfire. So like I said, I believe in ghosts and supernatural and all that stuff. And while Ouija can be done properly, I don't trust myself to do it properly. I would need a lot more knowledge on the subject to be comfortable doing it at all, just because so much can go wrong with Ouija boards. I would definitely prefer just ghost stories because it's already happened. I can't change it. There's no negative effects by hearing a story, and Ouija is just terrifying if it can go wrong. Number 11 is October or November. While I like October and how Halloween it is, I feel like it's a bit overboard with the Halloween sometimes, and I love November. It's my favorite month out of the year. It's between two huge holidays. It's nice and calm. It's just a time to relax before the giant, okay, let's get shopping for Christmas. It's just so calm, and it's the quintessential fall month. So November is by far my favorite. Number 12 is black cats or owls. Even though I'm like an uber fan of Harry Potter, I don't think I'd ever want an owl or even want to touch an owl just because they are birds. They're very skittish, I would say. They're not as cuddly as a cat or a dog, just kind of there. So I like them as the aesthetic, but I would definitely go for a black cat. Just cuddly cats, so nice. Maybe not with a shirt because I would get so much black hair all over me, but I'd definitely choose a cat over an owl. So after a small break, my camera now has battery again because it dies at the worst possible moments. Question 13, fireplace or candlelight? Most houses in BC aren't built with like real fireplaces anymore. The one at my parents' house has 3 different fireplaces. That's a lot. It has 3 different fireplaces and each are electric. And those ones, yeah, they're nice to look at, but I really love like going up north to my friend's lodge, just like huge logs and a roaring fire, and it just fills the whole room with heat, and that little bit of danger when you have to stick a new log in, you might get burnt. So I absolutely adore that. But because it's only once in a while, I have to go with candlelight, just because even right now I could have a candle going. I don't have to wait to go up north every so often to have that comfort, you know? So just because of convenience, I have to go with the candlelight. Number 14, monster movies or their classic novels. I would have to go classic novels and classic movies. I don't so much care for the big explosion, big excitement of today's movies. I really prefer like the old Dracula movie, and again, like the old book of Dracula, rather than any modern remakes. Stuff like that always seems more spooky to me just because it's so in the past and there's so much unknown. So anything classic spooky, I definitely go for. And question 15, carve or paint pumpkins? I feel like painted pumpkins are becoming a really recent fad. I don't like them. I feel like it looks really, really fake, just having a really nice food product and then just covering it with paint. It seems really off to me. It's really off as well, you know, to carve a pumpkin, but at least you can see the natural decay, know when to throw it out. It makes it a bit more down to earth than painting a pumpkin. So I definitely have to go with carving one. However, I do like fake little pumpkins like this, where it's a different color, but clearly not something real that you've just painted. It's easily just a home decor product. There he goes. Oh, you can barely see him. So yeah, definitely carved pumpkins over painted. And that is it for my autumn tag. I've never done one of these, but it's always looked so fun, and my husband and I are in a total pumpkin fall mood right now, so I thought this would be really fun to film. I'm really excited for fall in BC, just because one day it could be summer, one day it could be pretty much winter, but most of the time it's just rainy. So I'm really excited just to experience fall again from being in Japan before, which was a completely different experience. I'm just really excited to be back and experience all that BC and fall has to offer, and I hope you guys have a great day.